Hey guys, this is Corrie Jones. I'm here with an Evalicious tutorial for you today. I got a lot of questions and comments about the page I made a couple weeks ago called How We Roll, just about the little lines in the background, so I thought that I would do a tutorial to show you how I make a page, but starting with that technique. It's actually really easy. I just have this old Sam's Club card. It's a plastic card, and a hotel key would work, anything like that, an old credit card maybe, and that's what I make the lines with. So I started out, I knew that I wanted my photos through the center of the page, and then because I'm using a background paper that's not white, I decided to just add some gesso to it to kind of just make it a little bit more neutral for me. I used the card to put the gesso on, never needing anything to be perfect here. Oftentimes I'll use just a dry paintbrush and that works just as well, but since I'm going with the card, I'm just going to stick with that one. Once that's finished, it dries super fast, so I don't really have to worry too much about it. I decided to get some color going for the lines. I'm using this really pretty magenta color because it matches the color in my daughter's jacket in the photos, and I want it in 3 different shades. So I'm going to do full-on color, 2 drops mixed with gesso. I just mix it with my finger. I went to an inspired artist weekend at Donna Downey up in North Carolina, and she had this great finger painting technique and I just love it, so I'm just going to kind of stick with that. Here I'm using 4 drops of the magenta for a little bit darker, so I've got a light, a medium, and a dark color. Last, I'm using gold paint. It's just this beautiful metallic gold. I'm not mixing it with anything. So here's my super easy technique. I just dip the plastic card into the paint and then just start the lines, tapping them closely together, going up and then also going back down, letting the paint fade as it goes down. The paper was kind of rippled just a little bit from putting the gesso on it first, so it kind of made it even a little bit neater of a line. Then I change colors and do those and just take them right in through to get the background just really how I wanted it. I didn't need to worry too much about the center of the page because that's where my photos were going to go. And then move on to the lightest paint color. In between paint colors, I'm wearing an apron, so I just actually wipe the card right onto the apron. So I did it with the top and the bottom. I also went and did lines going vertically as well as horizontally just to kind of do some extra, and then I went for my gold paint and added little gold accents in here and there. So the technique itself is pretty simple and easy to do. It's so much fun because you could get all kinds of different paint colors, and it actually doesn't take that long to dry because you're using just such a small amount. And there I'm going vertically just so that you have a, just a few up and downs, kind of just making it a little different than the How We Roll page. You add as much or as little as you want. This one I'm really this is going to be my background, so I wanted to make sure I had pretty good coverage and a good design that I liked. And now that it's done, I don't want to waste this paint, so I decide that I'm going to actually use this Evalicious stamp, but I want to do it on top of paint, so I'm going to just paint places so that I can then stamp on top of them. I'm going to use all 4 colors. And then once that's dry, which doesn't take too long, but you want to make sure it's really dry because you don't want to stamp on top of wet paint, I'm going to then use my stamp using Stays On. Stays On's good because it's nice and permanent. And stamp the images straight onto, well, a tester first, but then stamp the images straight onto the paint swipes. They look cool because I'm a horrible stamper. I have a hard time getting the image real clear, but I actually like it better that way. Then once that's all kind of dry, I'm cutting out the little arrows, leaving just a little bit of margin on the outside of the black ink. I'm going to use these for my title later on. So I've got my page, it's time to start putting it together. The arrows are going to go through and I want them to go in by shades underneath my photos. And the photos are of my daughter running towards me, so I just like the motion. And I'll use the stapler to attach them. I like it because as they dried, the paper actually kind of curled up, so it had some nice dimension to it. Now I'm just going to be using different pieces of Evalicious tags and snips, and flair to decorate the page. I love these little pieces, and I do oftentimes make them into little banners. I pulled out this other little tag that had the gold heart on it, and I add my daughter's initials here to it. I try to add their initials of each child to the page that I do about them. And I'm just trying to add one little tag or snippet or something to each page. This was actually a card. It just had some nice blue on it, so I wanted to just use that as kind of as pattern paper. When I have Evalicious tags and stuff, I really don't even need pattern paper for layout because it's just, you can do so much without that and just have a good time playing with smaller pieces. I did add the doily just for a little bit of extra layers and starting to adhere all of that stuff down. And now I'm adding flair. I picked out 5 little flair badges that I liked. I didn't know which of them I was going to use. I knew I wanted 4. So the first one I'm adding actually says, "I love you, kisses and hugs," which is just really cute. It's sort of a grayish color with some gold. This next one says snapshots, click, 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 and it's then has a photo in the center. I thought it was kind of cool because it said then happy snapshots or happy photo. That third one says memories, and then this last one says remember. So with the remember, happy, photo, it all kind of goes together. This is just a chipboard heart that I sprayed with Heidi Swapp Spray Mist Color Shine. And then the title of this page is going to be Go, 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 Go. So I'm using gold foam letter stickers to do the title. One of the things that I use in my letter stickers all the time are the little the little asterisks, because I don't really ever use an asterisk, you know, in titling or anything, but they end up being really a fun embellishment. Another heart. And then this was another cool tag that had a little bit of blue. It was from the Christmas tags, and it has little stars on it, but I just wanted to highlight a little bit more blue in there. Then I'm adding some journaling. The journaling says, "My girl has So much energy and so much life. She goes from the moment she wakes up and she doesn't slow down until bedtime. I love this about her. And then I took the photos in January, so I wanted to make sure I put that on there too. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these crazy little lines, and then also learning about using Evalicious products and as really your go-to products for your pages. See you soon.